It's very good. It's a new single from Suede. What's the title of the track?
It's called Obsessions, and it's out on the 18th of November.
Well, I hope it does well for them. The early one, by the way, the Bowie track we played today was it was I Am a DJ from the Lodger album, which I still think is a
Boys
wildly...
Keep Swinging.
Boys Keep Swinging, rather. Here he is, Lee Evans. He just bumbled in. Now, where have you been?
I shouldn't have been in here. I don't.
Come and sit down here.
Sorry.
And explain what a high binder is for us.
A high binder. Okay.
Well, what is it? I don't know what it is. Sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down, Lee. Lee Evans, ladies and gentlemen.
You asked me that last time. I don't know what a high binder
explain
is.
it properly to us, and I figured you'd had some time now, and you might come back with some new evidence.
I don't sit 24 hours a day trying to think of that.
Well, that's
I
been
must
on my
try
mind.
and get that word for Jonathan. You know.
You look well, by the way.
Michael Winner. He's a strange bloke, isn't he?
Who is that? Yeah.
Isn't he? What's the matter with him? He's nuts.
Well, have you seen him recently?
I just saw him down the corridor, and he's like, "Out of my way."
Are you sure it was him? That sounds like any number of generic Radio 2 types.
Yeah, but it's weird.
What did he do? He just pushed you out of the way?
Oh, a big fight.
He struck you?
No, I beat him.
Well, you're a
I've
good
got the upper hand.
Well, because you used to be a boxer, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now, here's one I should
I always came second.
There was the, on the Sport Relief thing, or Sport Aid, or whatever it's called, they had pro celebrity boxing, and it was Bob Moyer.
Yeah.
Bob Mortimer versus Les Dennis. Okay, all right. And they're doing now...
Yeah.
They're going to do it again. They're doing proper celebrity boxing on TV.
Yeah, I'll sort them all out. Who wants it?
Have they come to you for... Because you've got the upper hand, because you used to do it.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it sound any good, does it?
Yeah, but you'd be better than most.
better than Bob and Les.
I mean, like you can say, "Oh, I box."
You must be handy.
No, but it doesn't necessarily mean. Ow! It doesn't necessarily mean that you're any good, does it?
Well, come on, you're going to be better than most. I tell you who signed up for it, apparently, because they've asked me if I'll do it. Okay, and
Are you going to do it?
Well, I was thinking about it before we get to me, because obviously we will dwell on that.
Are you in training?
Well, I've been doing a bit of boxing training. It's funny you should mention that.
Have you seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it?
I can't remember. I remember like training and all that down the gym.
Skipping? Did you skip?
I used to skip.
Yeah. Did you run?
Ran.
During fights?
Yeah. I ran. Well, I used to. I ran.
Lee, stop that. Look at me.
What? Sorry.
Lee's going to do his TV act there.
I know. I've just seen what that was on the
He's
wall.
looking around
I'm
and he's
sorry.
doing his TV faces. It's radio, Lee. They can't see you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone.
But no, I'll tell you why
out
the
there.
celebrity... Because you know who signed up for it, and I think everyone... This would be a proper... Everyone
Michael Winner.
No, Eamon Holmes.
Oh, you should have a go at Michael Winner.
Eamon Holmes versus Michael Winner?
Yeah.
I was thinking... Because I was thinking to put my name down, then I found out John Leslie's doing it. Now, I think he's got a big reach on him, and reach is important in boxing, isn't it?
He's a good-looking guy.
He's about
too.
6'4".
They put you against him.
They put me with him, and he's got a bigger reach than me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if I could fight like quite a tall lady. Then I'd do it,
Yeah.
you know?
In
Angela
high
Rippon.
heels.
Ideally, or maybe not Angela Rippon, because she looks quite steely. I think maybe like a regional weather girl or someone like that.
Okay.
Or like an interior designer from like one of the home improvement shows. Yeah. Who's that Scottish one? Jim McKivick. You know, the one, the ginger one who speaks funny.
Anne McKevick.
I've got the feeling she's not in my weight, though.
No.
I think she's a bit heavier. So, Lee, you're one of the busiest men I know. There's no doubt about it. You're always working.
Yeah.
What have you just finished?
When? Yesterday?
Yesterday.
What? I didn't fit.
Are you touring at the moment?
I've done the back room.
You're touring, aren't you?
I am, sir, yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, we've been doing... we've done about 110 gigs now.
Good heavens.
I know, and it's like, it's killing me, you know.
But you do it. You
I
sign
know.
up for these things.
Yeah, I know, but they keep booking them.
It's a ridiculous amount of work for you to do.
I know.
When was the last time you spent a long, restful 2-week period at home?
I know, I fancy that, actually.
Yeah, but I bet when you're at home you don't. I bet you go nuts and you're crawling the wall within 12
I
hours.
suppose it's like anyone. You know when you go home and you get all twitchy, don't you, because you're not doing anything. I have to be doing something, you know. But
Does your wife prefer you being out on the road then?
maybe that's what the case is. I'm not sure.
She just signs you up for these things. You know, are you looking at the clock? Oh, it's news time.
Yeah.
Well, do more than just look at it and say something. It's not like you're not a voice on the show. You don't
Here
have
is
to
the
keep...
news.
We'll go to the news. Lee, we'll talk more after this.
Okay,
You now
sure,
have the
yeah.
period of the news and the single that follows it to think about high binders, what they are, what they mean to you, and give us a full explanation.
Okay, Jonathan.
88 and 91 FM, this is Radio 2 from the BBC. That's the Smiths, okay, if you like that kind of thing. A bit student-y, isn't it? Lee, what do you listen to? Do you listen to music?
Ethel Merman.
The old show tunes?
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly.
Yeah, I like when she sort of does that. There's no business like show You know,
That's
she
that.
sort of misses bits.
You've got quite a nice voice.
Do you think so?
You could sing professionally.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to know it's something you
I've
fall
always
back on.
wondered how, you know, like the Bee Gees, how do they sort of sync up in the studio? Because they sort of do that, but they all do it together.
So the voice is oscillating at
Yeah.
the same time. That's incredible. You know.
Isn't that amazing?
That
They must
is-
have to
that-
quantise themselves.
Yeah, I believe they menstruate at the same time each month as well. I believe
yeah,
it is.
I've
I think
heard
when
that.
you work together, you get into sync. That's what it is.
No, I heard that. They told me when I saw him once.
The Bee Gees, I think, are ripe to be, dusted off and rediscovered and listened to with fresh ears.
You having a go at my ears?
No, we could get. Let's get some Bee Gees out and we'll have a listen and see if we can spot. And there might be one bit where one of them is just slightly out of sync with the others,
Well, maybe.
proving your theory. Or it might be that in the studio they, you did some trickery.
What, like trickery with some digital kind of tape recorder or something?
Can we talk about what you're wearing today, Lee?
Why? Hold on a minute. Stop right there. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a smart, single-breasted
Yeah, it is
mohair
quite smart,
suit in a
actually.
dark, almost midnight blue.
I'm taking it off now.
No,
Take my
the coat was
off?
lovely, but I'm just curious. You've got like what appears to be a fisherman's jumper on, with one collar of your shirt sticking out.
Well, I've been fishing. What's wrong with that?
well, it's just
You've got to
strange.
wear the appropriate clothing if you're going somewhere.
You look like a lifeboatman.
Well, that's where I've been. God, Jonathan, I'm on
Minute-
call 24 hours a day. Listen, if my beeper goes, I'm going to have to go in a
The
minute.
minute you walked in, I thought I'm going to give some money and I'm going to put it in one of those little things, and the boat slides down and drops
I
some
would
money.
have give
off
you a flag.
you.
I would have give you a flag, Jonathan.
It does look like you've been out collecting.
Well, I have.
Do you give money when you see people collecting?
No, I beat them up and take it.
Because apparently, when they're out collecting, there's guidelines they have to follow. They're not allowed to shake the tins too vigorously at you.
Why, what happens?
Because that's against. Cause it's like slightly aggressive. You're not allowed to be aggressive. So when you're out, there are guidelines that charity collectors have to follow. So when
yeah.
they can't go and shake it under your face.
I think we should shake the money at them before we put it in the tin. You know, like shake it at them and go, cha-cha-cha-cha.
You see, that's assuming that, people like you only give coins, whereas most of us now give notes.
Oh, no, I give notes.
No,
you can
see,
shake a
Shane-
note at somebody.
Changing his tune now. Man with all his money just gives like 5 pence. Maybe if they're lucky. Probably puts coppers in. Probably holds a silver coin.
Do you know what I
Then when
do?
they're
I walk
distracted,
past
puts a copper
charity
in.
collectors and try and keep me pockets still.
Have you ever done? Let me ask you. Have you ever done that thing where, when you see someone, because now I don't know what other cities are like. I'm assuming most of the big cities they have this in now. Certainly happens in London. You have people out with those bloody thingy-bajigs. Those what are they called?
What?
David Frost used to have clipboards.
Oh, clipboards, yeah.
Clipboards,
Yeah.
and they sign you up for direct debit.
I've signed loads of
Yeah,
those.
I've signed, and you find yourself you're on the same one 3 times.
Yeah.
I think I'm sponsoring, like a whole village somewhere
Yeah, I
now.
know.
And you
I
do
always
that.
get collared by them people.
Okay, and you get your big issue salesman.
Can I take a couple of minutes of your time? 2 hours later.
Yeah, and you've given all your bank details over.
Everything's gone.
And you get home and you said they just
You're
came
on
and
the street.
They just came and collected one of the children. What's
Yeah,
going
you're
on?
on the street in a box and they're going, can I just take a couple of more minutes of your time?
Have you ever? This is the question. Have you ever
Yeah.
pretended to be on your mobile phone having a conversation when walking past them?
Do you know what I saw yesterday?
No. Answer the question.
All right. What was Battle of Waterloo?
Have you ever been on your pretended you've been having?
don't know. I'm sorry.
Come on, let's have a come on. Have
Go
you
on
ever
then.
pretended to be having a conversation so you didn't have to stop and
Jonathan,
give money?
as you know, I've got no friends. I'm always
Lee,
pretending.
have
to be on
you?
my mobile.
It's a simple yeah. Finally, you're in contempt of court now. Yes or no? Have you or have you
Oh,
not?
but my lord.
Have
But
you
my lord.
ever pretended on the mobile phone so you didn't have to give money to a charity or sign up something?
I don't know. I don't have to answer that question, my lord.
Who do you think you are, Barrymore? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. But do you know what I saw yesterday morning?
No, I want to know.
No,
I'll tell you
no,
why.
'cause
I have.
What?
I admit I have.
Oh, that's awful.
Well, what have you? Have you? Yes or no? At least answer the question.
No, because I went to talk to you once and you did it to me.
How come I've got
And
myself in
and
trouble
now-
here?
And now I know that you weren't actually talking to anybody.
I'm always pretending to be on the phone when you're around.
Yeah, exactly.
Lee, how you doing? Hold on a sec. Yeah, I've got to call you. Nah. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to take this.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
Queen.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it, Lee?
No, I haven't. I have to
Oh,
be
you
honest
see.
with you.
Now he's made me look bad.
But I saw a bloke yesterday on the train station and he was doing that voice recognition, you know, where you go, Terry! But he recorded it in a different way, right? So he went, Terry, 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 Terry. He was doing this, and then at the end he went, Terry, Paul. He just rang somebody else.
Anybody?
Yeah, but he couldn't get the voice right because he obviously recorded. I don't know, he recorded it in a different
Maybe he
way.
recorded it when he was stressed.
Or something.
Or maybe when he was a lot younger and his voice has changed. Let's have some more music. We're chatting to Lee Evans, because they're different to us. I'm here with Lee Evans, and Lee's in a movie with Jackie Chan that comes out next year.
dear.
The movie is called High Binders. Now, what is a high binder? I don't... What is it?
It's based on... I mean, I think I told you this last
But
time.
you didn't explain it thoroughly.
Well, I did. It's based on a Chinese kind of philosophy and a proverb.
No, I've never heard of it.
No, well, you haven't,
Well, who
because
gets
you're not
bound?
Chinese.
Do you get bound?
What?
Who gets bound in a highway? What happens?
No one's bound. You can't take the word literal.
Well, it's a high binder. If you're a high binder...
No, it's not like bondage or anything.
Well, what happens then with the high binding?
Well,
Anything to do with thigh binding?
look...
High
it's-
binders?
No, it's...
I tell you why I'm asking, Lee, because I'd like to get behind your projects when they
Well, I
come
mean,
out.
if you let me answer...
But when it's on film 2002, I've got to talk about it. I'm going to say high binders. There's going to be a puzzled look on my face unless you can sort this out.
Oh, stop it.
Well, what is it?
Like I'm allowed to tell you.
Well, do you know what it is?
Yeah, yes, of course I know what it is. I'm fully aware of what it is.
Everyone at home now is primed for this info.
No, they're not.
People have searched around the house, said, he's going to tell us what a high binder is. Mother, get some paper and a pen.
No, they're not.
They don't want to know.
No,
You
look.
think they don't want to know?
What? No, look. Why don't you just... Look, all right, I don't know what it is.
I don't think Jackie Chan knows either.
Yes, he does.
I think they said...
Jackie was the one who
We
discovered
make
it.
film. We make film.
Is that Jackie then?
That's someone else doing that.
The director.
We make film with Lee Evans. We
was like a
pretended about the
German.
philosophy called high binding.
That's the German
It was
guy.
produced by Gunther Schnerdhaus. We make a film. We never know what it is. It's our plan.
It's based on a Chinese
I
philosophy.
don't want to know now. It's too late. The moment's gone. You
Well, you
tell us
keep
now.
asking me.
No, it's over. Forget it. I don't want to know anymore. You were given so many opportunities.
I didn't want to answer.
Lee Evans is currently on tour, but I think it's sold out just about everyone. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I know.
yeah.
Are you tonight? You're doing Liverpool tonight? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Well, up to Liverpool, the Philharmonic Hall. I know that's sold out. You're doing Wolverhampton on Sunday. Is that sold out?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Well, then Thursday and Friday at Wembley Arena, are they sold out?
Friday's sold out. The other one is about a couple of thousand left. There's,
A couple of thousand left.
yeah, well, it holds 10,000.
Oh, well,
We've
that's why he's on the show then.
sold 8.
All right, I'll say. So come and to Thursday, 17th of October, London Wembley Arena. You can get to see Lee Evans. He will be, I can tell you now, he'll be sweating a lot
Yeah.
and he'll fall over.
No.
I bet you will fall over once, Lee.
You'll fall over when you do that boxing thing, won't it?
Oh, you see, you don't like being
lead
falls
weight.
over. You're like Emil Heskey. You can't help falling over. We know that. I'm
he
making
wears-
sports jokes. Oh.
Emil Heskey should have springs on his head so he can just bounce back up.
Or just stop falling over.
I support Liverpool.
Do you?
Yeah, I always have done.
Are they a good team?
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Are they in the League Division 1?
Yeah.
You just played Brighton.
Yes,
and this
sir.
gives us a chance to mention there's a benefit on in Brighton that we'd like to mention because it's for a very good cause and it's on. Is it on this evening?
It's on this evening at Stonewall Gala.
You're going
Yeah,
down to it,
good,
Andy,
good.
aren't you?
I'm going down to it, and if anybody's got a B&B in Brighton, I need someone to stay.
Oh, you're going up there
no.
for a charity do and you've just tried to blag yourself.
No,
with a free
I don't want
room.
a free room. I just want to. I can't
What
find one.
kind
They're
of
all
a
full.
snake are we in the room with?
Hosted by
B&B.
Graham Norton. Shall I tell you who else is on?
B&B, don't even want a hotel.
I hate that
it's a
because you get all
B&B.
crochet bog roll covers and all that.
I like that. I like people into other people's
Do you like
lives.
curtains under your sink and all that as well?
I like
you know,
a
they sort of make up them little curtains.
I like nothing better than waking up next to a strange landlady.
Shall I tell you who's on?
Please do.
It's hosted by Graham Norton.
Oh, that'll be good.
Sandy
Yeah.
Toksvig, Stomp, Omid Darley,
Wow.
Jeff Green,
No, it's Omid Jalali, I believe.
Giali, okay, sorry, Jeff Green, Mark
He's an
Steele,
Iranian comic, I believe.
Sean Locke, Paul Zenham, Jason Wood, and more to be confirmed.
So it's a great lineup, though.
Big
Great.
Stonewall Gala at the Dome Concert Hall in Brighton.
Get down
Which is
there.
where you played, Lee, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a fantastic gig. In fact, they just spent loads of money doing it up. And it's got a lot of history to it, actually, because years ago, the... what?
Brighton is the big comedy festival going on in Brighton.
Yeah,
Let me
that's what it
answer the
is.
questions, do you?
You had nowhere to go with that. I sensed what you were doing. You were trying to make it, and you were just running out.
No, I was
Yes, you
not.
were.
You looked at me, give me that, like, look.
Oh, hold on a second, he's fallen over. Help me get him back into his chair.
It's so unfair when you come in here. You're not allowed to answer a question.
You are. I gave you about 15 minutes to explain concisely and clearly what a high
I was
binder
going
is
to
when
do
he's
my
at
big
home.
posh voice then, but you wouldn't let me.
You've already upset Michael Winner today.
No, I never.
Apparently,
I
yeah.
never. Listen, do I upset people? I just thought it was a bit strange.
Well, because he stormed off.
Well, I've been brought up like, you know, my old man sort of said, excuse me and all that.
I know that for Lee, politeness is a big issue.
It is a big issue.
Yeah. You see how immediately he snaps into... See, look, his posture's changed?
Yeah.
He is. Look, he's got very serious now.
Yeah. You've
So
insulted him.
if you were behind a queue... I remember when I was a kid, I always said please and thank you. Always.
Yeah. You never let people answer.
That's not rudeness, that's my job.
Okay, sorry.
I always remember to say please and thank you. And I remember once when I was a kid, because there were times when you go through a period in your teenage years, because you say please and thank you all the time, don't you?
Yeah. Yes, I do, sir, yeah, I do.
But there's a time in your teenage years when it's not cool to say please or thank you.
I
isn't
actually
it?
had a row with a bloke at the airport the other day about it.
About please and thank you?
No, because he went up to the counter and you know, you've had them jobs where you're just serving like tea and coffee
Yeah.
all day, you know, to like nightmares. And this guy just went, go, like that. That meant coffee.
I thought he said goy.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was a Jewish thing.
Yeah. And I said, it's like coffee, please, mate, you know.
You said this to him?
Yeah, I did.
I bet he didn't like hearing it from you.
Kicked me teeth in, he did. All round the airport, he did.
See,
I'm telling you.
You don't want to cross Nigel Benn, I told you.
No, I'm telling you, you know, they say, like, any left items, they just took me away.
You were going round on the carousel.
I was going round the
Bruised
carousel.
and battered.
I was.
Would someone please collect Lee Evans from carousel? I remember when I was on holiday years ago as a kid. I think I was in my teenage years, and I went to it was where my brother was staying. He was at university, so we went and stayed up with him.
Yeah.
He was at
Where was that?
Canterbury, and it was just off season, but they still had all the amusement arcades open. I went down there, and there was a girl selling hot dogs, and she was quite attractive.
Oh, yeah.
And I was waiting in line for the hot dog, and I went out and I went, can I have a hot dog, please?
Yeah.
And the boy behind me laughed because I said, please.
He laughed at you.
Yeah, he laughed at me for saying please.
Wow.
It wasn't you, was it?
No, I'm not that.
But I
old,
felt,
am I?
and I remember for days afterwards feeling how unjust that was. When I did the right thing, I said please, and he laughed at me because it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
And it wasn't cool, really, was it? When you're a teenager.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you just got to be yourself. If that's the way you are, and if you go coffee like that, ask for a coffee, and that's the way you are, that's the way you are, you know? I think sometimes it holds you up, actually, in life.
What, saying please?
Yeah, because, like, you're always opening the door to people and doing this sort of stuff, you know? And you're always late, and people always take advantage, don't they?
And then, you know, when you fall over, they help you up.
Exactly.
On stage.
No one helped me up.
Next time I come and see you live, I would like you to fall over so I can run up on stage and help you
No,
up.
I'm not going to
Please,
do it
Lee.
just for you, no.
You haven't fallen over for years.
Yeah, I don't want to anymore.
I'd like to see the old Lee falling
No.
over, sweating a lot.
No, I want to be erect.
Homo sapien.
Yes. Yeah, I want to
Ladies and
be...
gentlemen, he's lost his tail. What's up? We better get rid of you. You've got to go to Liverpool.
Oh, do you want to... I really like it here.
I know you do, and we love having you here, but it's 12:25, and you've got to get up to Liverpool.
It's really
I believe.
nice in the
Okay.
studio, isn't it? It's nice, like... Well,
Well, the
all right,
studio
I won't
itself
go into
isn't particularly
detail.
nice.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely.
You see what he's doing now? He's pretending that we're lying early on.
No, wait a minute. This is all the rage now, this wood. Isn't it? It's all in IKEA and everything.
This studio is a wreck.
No, it ain't. I think they've done a fantastic job.
Well, I forget,
You've
of
got
course.
fantastically, like, 1970s spotlights up there.
It's not retro. This is the original. This isn't done. It's not meant to
Oh, I
remind
thought
you.
you'd
This
done
is
it up.
no. This is how it's always been.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It hasn't been round, and this hasn't been refitted. This is what it is.
Oh, so this is like all really like the old gear.
But when you go away, isn't it great when you go places, because you filmed abroad a lot, and you go, I was filming in Poland once, years ago, and I went to a hotel which had been built by a British company in the 60s, and because this was in Poland, this was when the Soviet Union was still more or less staggering around, they hadn't ever renovated, so everything was the original. All they've done is repaired stuff, so it was like walking into the set of a Michael Caine movie from 1965.
Wow.
It was perfect.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, not funny, but there you go.
No, it doesn't have to be funny. It's very interesting.
Go on, fall over, bail me out of this one.
Oh, shall I? Do you know what happened there, ladies and gentlemen of listeners? Jonathan fell over and he made out it was me.
Pick him up, will you?
Yeah, no, stop it.
Come on, get up, back on your feet. Come
No,
on,
it's you on the
leave.